Imagine a man who has spent years living alone. Over time, solitude becomes his normal. He wakes up to silence, makes his own decisions, and answers to no one. This lifestyle shapes not only his daily habits but also his worldview. As the years pass, he becomes more self-reliant and introspective. The absence of regular companionship, especially from women, starts to influence how he perceives relationships and the opposite sex. Today, we'll explore how extended solitude can transform a man's perspective on women, drawing from the principles of Stoic masculinity. Living alone, a man learns to rely solely on himself. He becomes his own provider, protector, and confidant. This independence is empowering, but it also creates a sense of detachment from others. Without the daily presence of women, he starts to see relationships as optional rather than essential. The need for validation or emotional support from a partner fades, replaced by a quiet confidence in his own company. This shift is subtle at first, but over time it becomes a defining feature of his character. Solitude stretches on, the man's idea of companionship evolves. He may still appreciate the company of women, but he no longer seeks it out as a necessity. Instead, he values meaningful connections over casual encounters. Conversations become deeper and superficial interactions lose their appeal. He starts to see women as individuals with their own strengths and flaws, rather than as sources of comfort or validation. This new perspective is rooted in respect and a desire for authenticity. Stoic masculinity is about emotional resilience and self-control. For a man living alone, these traits become second nature. He learns to process emotions internally without relying on others for comfort. This doesn't mean he becomes cold or distant, rather he develops a calm strength that guides his actions. When he interacts with women, he does so from a place of stability, not desperation. His stoic approach allows him to appreciate women for who they are, rather than what they can provide. With time, the man becomes an observer. He notices the behaviors, desires, and motivations of women without feeling compelled to act on every impulse. This detachment isn't indifference, it's a mindful awareness. He can appreciate beauty, intelligence, and kindness, but he no longer feels incomplete without a romantic connection. This perspective brings a sense of peace and clarity, allowing him to interact with women from a place of genuine interest rather than need. Being alone for years challenges many of the beliefs a man once held about women and relationships. He questions societal expectations and the pressure to be in a partnership. Instead of following the crowd, he defines happiness on his own terms. This self-examination leads to a more balanced view of women, not as saviors or adversaries, but as fellow travelers on life's journey. He becomes less reactive and more thoughtful in his interactions, valuing honesty and mutual respect. Fulfillment no longer depends on external validation. The man finds joy in his own achievements, hobbies, and growth. He invests in self-improvement, learning new skills, and nurturing his passions. When he does connect with women, it's from a place of abundance, not lack. He brings his whole self to the table, unburdened by insecurity or neediness. This inner fulfillment radiates outward, making his relationships, when they happen, more genuine and rewarding. Man who has lived alone learns to respect both his own boundaries and those of others. He understands the importance of personal space and autonomy. This respect extends to women, allowing for healthier, more balanced relationships. He no longer feels threatened by independence or difference, instead he welcomes it. By honoring boundaries, he fosters trust and mutual understanding, creating the foundation for meaningful connection. In the end, living alone for a long time transforms how a man sees women. He moves beyond stereotypes and expectations, embracing a more nuanced, respectful, and authentic view. Stoic masculinity teaches him to value self-reliance, emotional strength, and genuine connection. Whether he chooses to remain single or pursue relationships, he does so with clarity and purpose. This journey isn't about isolation, but about discovering a deeper sense of self and a healthier way to relate to others.